Hey, y'all. Hey, it's Friday. We made it. We made it through another week. Woo! I don't know about you, but I'm glad about it. I'm glad. I'm out taking care of some stuff. Hey, VJ, how y'all doing? How you doing? Happy Friday. Yep, out in the rain, making it happen, being safe. I still got my masks. Matter of fact, I got a couple different custom-made masks. I can't shoot there in my purse. But touching base. I want to know how you doing. What you eating for lunch? Uh-oh. I dropped the phone. Sorry there. That was a snafu. Trying to look at my puff looking like puffing stuff. But that's okay. I'll take it. Whether it's right or rough. Here I am, just everyday amazing. You know how we do it. I appreciate you being here with me. I'm not gonna talk about a whole bunch of stuff today because I just want to talk about one thing. No, I want to talk about two things, V. I want to talk about working any leftover Soulfish. Yum. What'd you get from Soulfish? I haven't had Soulfish in a minute. They're doing takeout. Well, their restaurant may be open now, which I'm not going in anybody's restaurant. But Soulfish is good. They're southwestern. They have a southwestern salad there that I like with blackened catfish. It's really good. I enjoy that. Let me see if that angle's a little bit better, and I can see y'all and still talking, not look crazy, huh? I don't have you on. Charge was in the car with me, y'all. Oh, whole catfish, white beans, and cucumber salad. Okay, yum. And you had leftovers. You did good. Because I think I would have gobbled all that up. That's yummy. Okay, so the two things I want to talk about today. Number one, March, we know. Not March, May. Ooh, thank goodness it's Friday. May is a month of many different acknowledgments. We got Teachers Appreciation. VJ said, hey, V. We got Teachers Appreciation Month, Nurses Appreciation. We got May is Women's Month, and May, most of all, is Mental Health Month. I want to just take a moment on here now to tell you that with everything that we have going on, please make sure that you are safeguarding and investing time to ensure that your mental health and wellness is sound. We are people who pride ourselves on being prayerful and spiritual, and we want to be able to say that is all that it is needed. However, I'm here to tell you that you can do both, and you can be spiritual and you can have psychological support through counseling, through psychologists, through psychiatrists. And we know, hey, Winslow, that there are some amazing people in the field of mental health and wellness that will support your well-being. One of them is a friend of mine, and I highly recommend Dr. LaShonda Massey. I'll put her website on here. She is an advocate. She has, for wellness, she's a psychologist. She's been in the business and in her private practice for almost 2 decades, I believe, and has patients that she regularly sees that are adults, men and women and children alike. I know that I have referred with great success people to her, and she has been a blessing to them. And if you need Dr. Massey, don't hesitate to reach out. I will put her website on my post at the end of this, and then I'll also post it on my page and share. I actually have already shared, I want to say last week, that I told her that I would share this and mention it during my live at lunch. So I do my very best to be a woman of my word, and I wanted to make sure that I acknowledge that. So that for the month of May, those things are especially important. We want to celebrate women. We know Mother's Day is Sunday. We want to acknowledge nurses. We cannot ever say thank you enough for all the nurses and the amazing work that they're doing in their efforts to help save lives every day, and especially during this trying time and these uncertain times of coronavirus. And we also, hey, Miss Shop, we also want to acknowledge that it is a Teachers Appreciation Month for May. There are several things, as I said, that we are celebrating and acknowledging in the month of May. May is filled with a lot of celebrations for people who have graduated. So congratulations to all of the graduates for 2020. Whether you've graduated from middle school up to high school, whether you've graduated from high school and going on to further your education, get a certification or work. Congratulations for that accomplishment. For those that are graduating from college or have graduated, we want to acknowledge you. We want to celebrate you because we want to take time, especially during now, to celebrate the things that we can. So, month of May. I think I've covered everything, but most importantly, please make sure that you take time out to focus on your mental well-being and wellness. That's the first thing I want to talk about, month of May. The second thing I want to talk about is, yep, you know, I'm going to say what is going on in Georgia. The jogger, Mr. Aubrey, today would have been his 26th birthday, you guys. Today would have been his 26th birthday. And instead, his family and others in the community and across the land now are fighting for his justice. The two people, the father and son duo, were arrested. And we know that they have been charged, not with a hate crime. And so my question is, they've been charged with attempt with murder, I believe, and aggravated assault, but not with a hate crime. I'm interested in knowing from you, what do you think is required and why were they not charged with a hate crime? What do you think is for the they said McMichaels, but what I read was different. Hey, Denise, what I read was different, that their name was different, that it wasn't McMichaels, but we're going to go with that. That's what they're reporting their last name is. I had something different. I posted it on my Facebook page earlier today. You saw that they were arrested. It is, I believe, because of the absolute outrage that we all voiced. So this goes back to the things that I've been saying about your voice and your power in your voice. Hey, Derek Lamont Stanley. Hey, Susan Crawford, how you doing? Too much senseless hatred in this world. I agree. I believe that the voices that we raised, right, that we said, this is unacceptable. This is not okay. February 23rd is when this incident occurred. It is only because the person who was the attorney, I believe, released it. Otherwise, we wouldn't have known about it. And even now with the video, we still have to go through this process. Hey, Karen Boozer, that we still have to go through this process. And we believe there's due process. We want there to be justice. I just can't imagine that the Aubrey family would be satisfied not knowing. Thank you, Denise, that the family would be okay. 74 days. For 74 days. And do you know, oh, thank you, Derek Lamont Stanley with DLS Jams will be live this evening at 7 for a Zumba class, free to you, and a wealth of exercise. He's an amazing certified Zumba instructor. So please tune in with him. Derek Lamont Stanley's on here now. Please make sure that you connect with him. Hey, E, what's up? We're talking about the obvious. Your voice. So I'm talking about power. I'm talking about the fact that you and I are empowered to create accountability, to hold people accountable for their actions. If we had said nothing, nothing would have happened for 74 days. 74 days. Do you know that murder occurred before we went into safer at home with the coronavirus? 74 days that these people killed this man and just went home. Something is wrong with that. And it is not being called a hate crime. I need someone to explain to me why. Why is this not being called a hate crime? When these two men saw a black man jogging in broad daylight. Remember when I reported it to you earlier this week, I wasn't sure about the time of day. I hadn't seen the video yet. Broad daylight. How? Is this not a hate crime? Okay, so Susan is saying, why did there have to be an outcry before there was anything done? Amen, Susan Crawford. Amen. Hey, Charlotte, that is a great question. Why? And I don't usually ask questions why, because, you know, people get defensive and don't really give you the information that you're looking for when you ask why. But in this case, if I could form it in a way that I've been trained to ask questions, I would say, what motivated the community to become inactive with this? How corrupt is the police department, the sheriff's department, the district attorney's department? How corrupt is that whole community of law enforcement that they literally had a person, let's forget for 1 second, that it was a black man killed by 2 white men, that a person was killed in broad daylight in the street, an unarmed man, and that there wasn't some due process followed. You're telling me that how is that possible that someone was shot and killed? Shot would be reason enough to be arrested, right? Am I right? Because, I mean, unless I'm losing my mind, you can't just go down the streets. This isn't the Wild Wild West. You can't go down the streets shooting people and then go home. You and your son, you just load up the truck and ride down and shoot somebody and then just head home and you know, have a St. Patrick's Day and go on and enjoy the rest of your day. How does that happen? And yes, we know he was connected to, that the father of the two was connected to the police department, which makes it even more corrupt. And we know that those prosecutors had to recuse themselves because they were conflicted. Yeah, you think? So what does it take? What does it take? Yes, even beaten. That's right. There would have been an arrest even if the person had just been beaten. If there had just been an assault, there would have been an arrest. But you're talking about being shot, and with a shotgun. I can't. So I need for you to explain to me how. Yes. Yep. Okay. Derek said the color is black, baby. That's in a nutshell. That this is a black man. So now here's my question for you. If this had been 2 black men, a father and son, and they shot a white man, what would have happened? What would have happened? But here's the good news. That our voices did create enough, that it weighed enough, that we have enough power in our voices to literally demand action. That right there is what we need to fuel and fan the flame going into this election. Because we know that there are going to be times when people feel voiceless and helpless and hopeless, and your voice counts. Your voice. Hey, Deanna Douglas, your voice counts. Under the jail cell. They would be under the jail cell. Buried under the jail cell, Derek, right? And so I'd like to be encouraged today in the midst of this, and for us to continue to lift the family up in prayer for all the victims of hate crimes, because that's what this is. But for all the victims, and specifically for that family, to lift them up and give them the support and courage that they need to sustain them. And for the people that are in that community who are standing up, really literally standing outside now. There are hundreds of people that were out protesting, because this is just the first step. Let's not forget that this is the first step. That what really needs to happen now is that the whole process needs to be followed out, right? We've got to make sure that not just the arrest is made, but the indictment is made and the convictions are made. Arrest isn't enough. This is the first step. But I want to empower you. I want to empower you today that with me, let us join together and feel empowered together that our voice actually matters. The fact that we took those images of that young man and we put them on our social media pages and we demanded justice and we signed petitions, that is what the outcry, the voice of our action is what moved the state of Georgia and the Georgia Investigative Bureau the GBI, the Georgia Bureau of Investigations, to move. Otherwise, there would have been no action. We're talking about 74 days. There was no action. And here's a question for you. The person, because I understand now that there were two different videos recordings, two recordings of it. But the person that was with the father and son that recorded it, how come he isn't up on charges too? Why didn't he get arrested? I'm not an attorney. I don't pretend to be one on TV. But last I checked, is that not an accessory? This person was riding behind them, driving along, knowing what they were planning to go do. So that's kind of premeditated in my mind. And then, here's the thing. You recorded it. You recorded it. And you didn't say a single solitary word. Now, there are a bunch of pieces of this puzzle that are missing. We don't know if 911 was called after. We don't know what happened immediately afterwards because the man was shot and killed in the street. But you're riding behind these people, these murderers, and you are literally filming, and then you just stop the footage and go home and eat dinner? What are you doing? Y'all, what is wrong with that? I need you. I'm gonna stop talking for a second because I really want to give you an opportunity to weigh in. I really want to understand. I'm here. I just want to understand. How do you do that? What's happening in your brain? What's going on in your mind that you do that? That's really what I want to know. And I know it takes a minute for y'all to type, so that's why I'm not gonna rush it. I'm waiting for you because I appreciate your engagement because this gives me an opportunity to understand from a different perspective, and I would love to know, what do y'all think the person was thinking that was driving the truck behind them and who literally filmed this young man being killed, and then he didn't feel compelled to report it? How do you do that? How do you do that? I just want someone to explain it to me. Somebody. So, while I'm waiting for you to type, let me just acknowledge and celebrate again that Derek Lamont Stanley will be live today at 7 p.m. DLS Gems. He's a certified Zumba instructor, and he will be on Facebook Live with another phenomenal exercise routine for you to he does a full-fledged, he gets you warmed up and gets you into there, gets your heartbeat, gets you at aerobic state, and then brings you down, lets you cool off, and all the while with fantastic music and great instruction. Very, very clear instructions. I encourage you, especially now because people have been saying, that COVID-19 is the 19 pounds that we gained while we were at home. So this would be a great way for you to get energized and to get your body moving and get some good engagement. Listen to some great music while you're doing it. And for the month of May, if you have not already, I posted earlier this week for you to celebrate, appreciate, or commemorate your mother. I am so grateful to God. My mother is still living and is well and lucid and actively engaged in conversation with me. As a matter of fact, today on Fridays is usually when I call her, and if I don't, I regret it. So I try to make sure that I connect with my mother every Friday, if not more than one day a week for sure on Fridays. And for those of you who have not made a connection with your mothers or celebrated your mother, please make sure that you remember them. Sacrifices untold and unknown have been made by mothers all across the land for their babies. And for all those who, like me, gave birth to no human but have had a part in mothering a bunch of babies all over the land, happy Mother's Day to you as well. For those of you who have lost your mothers and are no longer here on earth with us, God bless you. Prayers for you as you go through this, and hope that memories will provide levels and measure of comfort that will surpass your understanding. We have Nurse Appreciation, Teacher Appreciation, Graduation, and Mental Health Month also acknowledged this month. So Did y'all tell me? Did anybody have an answer for me? Lord, y'all been saying all kind of stuff, and I'm just stuck. Hold on here. Hey, Donovan Rowe. Okay, let's see. Derek, you said, I don't mean to change the subject, but you have heard any stories about pulling out the meats off the shelves, possible due to coronavirus. Okay, so what'd you say your cousin told you about that? So I did hear a little bit. Hey, Letitia Jones. Hey, Dr. Donna. I'm Carolyn Michael Branks. Call. Hey, I'm sorry I'm late, y'all. My scroll was stuck. I'm gonna catch up. I'm gonna catch up. So Derek, no worries on changing the subject. I am following that. So I will know more about, I know that there are 1,000 people who are in one meat processing plant that have tested positive for coronavirus. And I think that's at Tyson Foods in Iowa. And I'm going to follow that because I don't want to give any misinformation. But I know that there were some concerns about poultry and produce, or not produce, I'm sorry, meat and potential issues, but I don't want to misspeak. Okay, so Kyle said the attorney just said his name 30 minutes ago on MSN. They're looking for him. Okay, very good. And then Dr. Donna said it's just like when they used to lynch us, and it was fun. It was sport. And they knew they would not be prosecuted because of who they were. Lord have mercy. So you think this is a modern day lynching? Mm-hmm. The modern day lynching. Modern day lynching. And it was sport. Is there a film out now about that? Hunting humans?
You don't know about that.
I'm gonna look that up, and I will find out, Derek, about that, and y'all tell me. Right now, I just been using this platform as an opportunity to empower you, right? To inform in many cases, and to empower, and to give you a platform to know that you're not alone in your outrage, and that you are not isolated in your anger, because this is time. But to also be encouraged and know that our voice counts. I can't say this enough. That I'm grateful that they have said that man's name and that they are looking for him. His best bet, just go ahead and surrender, right? Because it just prolongs the inevitable. And for us to be mindful, and you got to be able to tell young little boys and girls of color, adults, you have got to tell them where we are in reality. So I want to encourage you that we have voices, and our voices matter. We have proven it with this case. Hey, Memphis Boy Caston, we have proven it in this case that truly, because there was a public outcry of the outrage that was experienced in this case of this young man whose birthday would have been today. He would have been 25, and he would have been 26, and instead of his family celebrating the birth of his life, they are standing and fighting for justice in his murder. Y'all, let's just keep each other lifted up. Take care of yourself. Be safe. Be as safe as you possibly can. In this case, there was no way for him to know that this would have happened to him. He was literally just trying to take care of his physical health. And so I want you all to just know that I'm here Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 11:30 CT, live at lunch with me, Tracy T. I love you. You matter to me. You have value. And I want you to make this day. It is too much. And people are saying #tired, because that's what it's making us. That's what it's making us, Tish, for real. I mean, just #tired. But you matter to me. And so this time that you've spent with me is appreciated. I want you to know that you are amazing. So make every day amazing. And I'm going to leave here saying, look for me Monday at 11:30 CT, and know that I want you to live like it's a gift, because it truly is. Every moment we have is a precious gift. And take care of yourselves. And here's a cyber hug from me to you. I hope you have a wonderful and beautiful Mother's Day. Social distancing is still in effect. Please be careful. Wear a mask when you go in public. Wash your hands. Be careful. Be safe. and be a light and be a love for someone. See you all. Bye. Love you too, Derek. Tracy May. Bye, you guys.